everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a lovely day. Thanks so much for joining me. Well, I have a card project to share with you with the Simon Says Stamp April 2026 card kit called A Little Artsy. This is another card project. I have a video that I had created using this card kit, and I'll link that at the end in case you missed it. And this video here was actually played over on Simon Says Stamp's YouTube channel. If you guys missed that, I always like to play it over here on this channel too. But we're going to be using the card kit contents, and we're going to jump in and get started. We have the stamp set, the stencil we're going to be using. We're going to use some of that fabulous black twine from Maya Arts that came with our kit, along with some salvage patina distress paint. There was an encyclopedia page that I thought we'd put to good use for this card today, and then some rub-ons, and then some of the cardstock. I have the Audrey blue and the Nina white that we're going to do some stamping with. And then I'm also using a stencil set that was part of the a la carte items over at Simon. This is the Petal Lattice that I thought we would add a little bit of texture to our card with. So we're going to jump in and get started. I'm going to stamp two of the butterflies directly on our encyclopedia page. So I put my butterfly on an acrylic block. We're going to do two of the same butterflies. I'm going to stamp with my Memento ink. And I want some of the open area because we're going to color this in, and I really want this to stand out. So we'll stamp one butterfly down here, one more up here in this corner. Lovely. I love that there is a stencil that came with our kit this month that you can color in your images with. So I'm going to line this over my butterfly. Our kit this month came with some mini Distress Oxide ink cubes. I'm going to use my full size for my card today, and I'm using picked raspberry and ripe persimmon. We're going to mix them both together, starting off with my picked raspberry. And we're going to ink up our butterfly. I'm going to do two-tone, so we'll start off with the picked raspberry. And then I'm going to shift it and move it down here. Now I'm going to add some of my ripe persimmon right over the top here, blending the two together. I'll do the same with this one. We'll just line this up, and then we have some instantly colored in butterflies. Okay, I do want to add a little bit of water to those butterflies, so I'm bringing in my distress sprayer, and I'm just going to put some on my hand and do a little spraying here. Okay, and I'll use my towel and we'll just blot some of this off. I'm going to use my scissors, and I'm going to fussy cut these out, and I am going to go to the edge on these, and I'm going to save this because I'm going to use this one more time, okay? But I'll just fussy cut my butterflies out all the way to the line. My fussy cutting is all done. Now I'm just using my black Copic marker and I'm going over the edges of my cut lines. This just cleans them up and makes them look pretty again. Okay, I did also cut off the antenna. I thought what we would do is take some of that twine and replace the antenna with the twine. Since they were straight up and down, I thought this would be a great way to add a little bit of texture to the card. So I'm just going to trim about a 1.5 inch strip, and then using one of my foam squares, we'll fold that in half, and then I'm going to use a couple small foam squares, and we'll just put it behind the butterfly here. We're basically just replacing the antenna with some twine to give it a little bit of texture. Kind of even them out a little bit. And then I'll do the same thing with this one. So now our antenna are back, but we have a little bit of texture. Okay, we're going to put these over here, and then now we're going to work on our background. I'm going to take a piece of white cardstock, and I'm going to create a panel with it. I'm using my Simon Says Stamped A2 nested stitched rectangles. This is the second from the largest, and I'm just going to die cut out a panel here. We're going to take the Petal Lattice stencil. I'm going to bring in my grit mat here. And then I have 3 Distress Oxide inks that we're going to use to add some color to this. First, we're going to add some scattered straw. And I'm just going to go in a few sections here. I'm not going to cover the whole thing. I like some white areas on my background. Next, I'm going to add Salvage Patina, and I'm going to overlap the two. Lovely. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of peacock feathers. I always like to wipe my stencil while it's on my cardstock. We'll just wipe this away. Okay, and then we can take a look at our background, and I just think it's gorgeous. So far we have 1 layer with the stencil. We're going to be adding some of our 49 in Market rub-on transfers. What I did was trimmed out this piece and this piece. This is from the back side of the transfer. Okay, and we're going to add a distress layer up in this corner, and we'll take this one off, and I'm going to add a distressed layer down here in this corner. We'll just press it down. Now this set doesn't come with a popsicle stick. So to burnish this on, I'm going to be using my tool from Simon. This is an adhesive lifter. Okay, the back side works perfectly for burnishing. I'm just going to rub this on here. Okay, so I think that looks good. So what I like to do is pull up one corner. And I think that looks great. Nice and distressed. And we'll do the same thing to this corner down here. I'm going to bring in our stamp set, and we're going to add some layers with our stamp set. I really like the string here. So we're going to take this and put this on an acrylic block. I'm going to bring back my Memento ink, and then we're going to add another layer by stamping some images on here. We'll stamp up here at the top. And then I'll flip it around and we'll stamp down here at the bottom. Also in our stamp set we have some polka dots, so we're going to grab those. So let's add a few polka dots here. I trimmed down a A2 panel of our Audrey blue cardstock, and using the same stitched image from our stamp set, I'm going to add it to the bottom and top of this panel also. So let's go ahead and do that here. I'm going to flip it around. We can add some up here. I'll flip it around once more and we'll add a little bit over here. Wonderful. Okay, I'm going to adhere this panel to the front of my card base. Okay, and then I'm going to layer this panel right over the top here. Now I'm going to bring in my Simon Says Stamp Layered Scallop Tags die set. So we'll die cut out the middle tag, and then the reinforcement that has the rounded top. And then while I'm die cutting, I'm also going to take my encyclopedia paper, and I'm going to die cut out another tag with this side here, just so I have a little bit of that print on my tag. Now I'm going to do some tearing with the encyclopedia page. I'm just going to basically go around the letters like so, and then we're going to glue this Okay, we're going to stamp our greeting. I'm going to just stamp the greeting in our stamp set that says hello. I'm using my Simon Says Stamp VersaFine Clear ink because it's going to be nice and bold and bright. And I'm going to stamp it over here on this section of the tag. Wonderful. Okay, let's go ahead and glue down our tag topper. And then using some of our black twine that came in the kit, we're going to tie a bow with this. Now we're going to do a little bit of splattering, okay? So I'm going to take my Distress Paint. There's a protective cap on the top that you want to remove here. Okay, and then I love the flip cap on here. We're just going to add a little bit here. And then I'm just going to pick up a little ink with my paintbrush here. We're going to do a little splattering on both of them. I did put foam tape behind my tag, and now we're going to place this right in the center. Wonderful. And then I'm going to take our Encyclopedia butterflies, and we're going to add our butterflies right over the top here. And then for finishing touches, I thought we would add a little sparkle with some diamond stickles. And I like to go over the butterfly body with diamond stickles. Give it a little extra shine there. And then I'm also bringing in my Ranger Liquid Pearls. This is Bisque. It's almost the same color as the encyclopedia pages. And I'm going to add some pearls to the background here. I'm going to tap it a little bit. And then also on some of the wings here, I'm going to curl up just using my craft tool here. I'm going to curl up some of those wings, because the reverse side you can actually see the paper there. Kind of distress these a little bit. Gives those butterflies a little bit of extra texture. And that will finish off my card project today. I hope this gives you a little bit of inspiration using the Simon Says Stamp April 2026 card kit called A Little Artsy. And don't you just love that the card kits are available early now too? So if you want to get yours, links are down below. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end. I have 2 more videos that you guys might be interested here. If you guys are new and like the content that you see, click that subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way for future videos, be notified. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It sure does help the channel. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.